right, so buckle up, everyone, because today we are diving deep into one of the most consequential and, let's face it, bizarre chapters in modern American political history.
Buckle up is right. We're talking about the Trump-Zelensky scandal, remember. I would like you to do it.
Oh yeah, those words. I feel like they're seared into all our brains at this point. 2019. Trump on the phone with Zelensky, the newly elected president of Ukraine.
Phone call that ended up triggering Trump's first impeachment.
And casting this really long shadow over U.S.-Ukraine relations.
A shadow that's kind of grown even longer.
Exactly. Fast forward to 2024. Trump's back on the campaign trail. Zelensky's leading a country at war.
And that 2019 scandal, well, it's not ancient history. It's like a political boomerang, maybe.
Totally. Keeps going back around and whacking us all in the face. So in this deep dive, we're going to unpack how this scandal is shaping both Trump's 2024 bid and impacting Zelensky's fight for Ukraine's survival.
And it's a wild ride, let me tell you. It's got everything. Impeachment drama, geopolitical intrigue, memes.
Oh yeah, we can't forget the memes. We'll get to those. But first, for anyone who needs a quick refresher, maybe you were living under a rock in 2019.
We're just trying to block it all out.
Totally understand. So basic recap. Trump, in that infamous phone call, presses Zelensky to dig up dirt on his political rival, Joe Biden.
Specifically, Biden's son, Hunter, who had business dealings in Ukraine.
Here's the kicker. This request comes right when vital military aid to Ukraine is on hold.
Yeah, that's what really set off the alarm bells.
Big time. Because it looked like, well, a quid pro quo. You do me this favor, I'll do you this favor.
And that phrase, quid pro quo, became the center of the whole impeachment inquiry. Democrats argued it was a blatant abuse of power.
Trump using his office to pressure a foreign leader for personal political gain.
And using military aid as leverage, which is just, yikes.
Yeah. Trump, of course, denied any wrongdoing. No quid pro quo became his mantra.
But the scandal really blew up. It dominated the news cycle for months.
And it wasn't just the news. It went totally viral online. I mean, remember the memes?
Oh, the memes. Zelensky drinks water nervously. Thanks, Trump.
It was this weird mix of serious political debate and dark humor.
Which actually gets to a really interesting point, right? Like how this whole event was filtered through internet culture.
Totally. So, big question. Was this all just about Hunter Biden, as Trump claimed? Or was this a glimpse into something bigger?
Something about how Trump approached foreign policy, putting his own interests ahead of national security.
Yeah, and that brings us right to 2024 and Trump's latest campaign. Because guess what's back on the menu?
Oh, you know it. Ukraine. Corruption in Ukraine. It's all tied into this America First platform now.
And he's even hinting at cutting U.S. aid to Ukraine if he gets back in the White House.
Which has created this huge rift within the Republican Party. Some GOP figures are backing this.
They're saying, look, the U.S. needs to focus on its own problems.
Yeah.
Ukraine aid is just throwing money away, that kind of thing.
But then you have other Republicans, like super prominent ones, who are basically saying Trump's actions in 2019 were reckless.
And abandoning Ukraine now would be a huge mistake.
It's fascinating, really, because you have this scandal that could actually help Trump in 2024.
Wait, what? Help him? How?
Think about it. There's this portion of the electorate who distrust the D.C. establishment.
They think the whole impeachment thing was just a way to take Trump down.
And for them, this whole Ukraine thing reinforces that belief.
So they're more likely to vote for Trump now.
Potentially. It's wild, right? A scandal becomes a rallying cry.
So crazy. Now, let's shift gears for a minute. Think about Zelensky. I mean, can you imagine?
Going from comedian to wartime president. Talk about a role change.
And having to deal with Trump's pressure tactics right off the bat.
And then a full-blown Russian invasion. It's like a bad movie plot.
Right. But it's his life. And that 2019 scandal, it probably really messed up trust between the U.S. and Ukraine.
No doubt. And that could have had serious consequences leading up to the 2022 invasion.
And remember, Ukraine relies heavily on U.S. aid. Military aid, financial aid.
Cutting that off, it would be devastating.
Which brings us to, well, the big scary what if. What if Trump wins?
And he pulls back support for Ukraine.
Exactly. What happens to Zelensky, to the Ukrainian people? It's chilling to think about.
It has huge implications for Europe, too. For NATO. For Russia.
It's like this whole chain reaction, all stemming from one phone call.
It's a reminder that these events, they have lasting consequences.
And they're not just history. They're shaping the world right now.
Absolutely. Okay, one last thing to consider. How is this whole thing going to be remembered?
especially by younger generations, like the TikTok generation.
They're getting their history through memes and sound bites.
So does that trivialize what happened? Or can those memes actually spark curiosity?
Make people want to learn more.
It's a good question. It's like, yeah, we had Zelensky drinks water nervously, but did anyone actually go deeper?
Hard to say. It's definitely a double-edged sword.
So here's what we want you to think about. As we're heading into 2024, does this scandal matter here?
Even with all the memes and the craziness, does it influence how you vote?
Because, like we've been saying, this isn't just about the past.
It's about the future of Ukraine, the future of U.S. foreign policy.
It's about global stability. And the decisions we make today will have consequences that ripple out for years to come.
This deep dive is just the tip of the iceberg. Keep researching, keep thinking critically, and keep asking questions. There's so much more to uncover.
All right, that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll catch you next time.